I'd now like to invite the Diggers and Dealers Chairman, Jim Walker, to formally open the forum for 2021.
Thank you, Lyndon, for welcoming us to Wangata Country, and thanks again for your service to the local community. Lyndon's had to go off early today. Welcome and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to Kalgoorlie Boulder and the 30th Annual Diggers and Dealers Mining Forum. Sadly, due to border closures and travel restrictions, our international delegates and most of our interstate delegates are unable to join us again this year. We're hopeful that the entire Diggers and Dealers team will be back together again next year. This will be cause for a great celebration. For those unable to be here, we are live streaming all presentations. We introduced this initiative last year, and we're thrilled that the presentations were viewed by 3,500 users in 47 different countries. The Diggers and Dealers News Bureau also returns this year, staffed by highly experienced resources journalist John Ferry. We are incredibly proud to be back in Kalgoorlie, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Diggers and Dealers. Within a 50-kilometre radius of this stage, the entire life cycle of mining and exploration companies is playing out. From grassroots exploration to mineral production, every occupation represented in this room is playing a role. Right across Australia, in regional towns just like Kalgoorlie, the mining industry is thriving and powering our economy. I look forward to Diggers every year when I can reconnect with the people, places, and the happy memories of my formative years in the mining industry, which all occurred in towns just like this. Over the next 3 days, let us all celebrate Kalgoorlie Boulder and the mining industry.
I am delighted to be at this forum. I've heard about it, I've not been here before, although I've been to Kalgoorlie on a number of occasions.
I remembered I was back in this wonderful town of Kal.
This is a town where you feel anything is possible. The sky is the limit as long as you work hard and treat people well.
I don't need to remind an audience such as this of how much we are in debt to the mining industry for the salvation of the economy of this country after the global financial crisis.
The establishment and growth of the Australian nation is inseparable from that of the Australian minerals industry, which is above all the story of people. To the industry. Thank you.
Along with Sir Avi Provo, who provided a toast to the industry in 2002, another great supporter of Diggers and Dealers was Dr. Roy Woodall, who had attended every event since its inception. Sadly, Roy passed in February of this year, and industry farewelled one of its greatest icons. Until travel restrictions curtailed her plans, Roy's wife Barbara had planned to attend the forum this year to commemorate Roy's life and his enormous contribution to the mining industry. I look forward to seeing Barbara back here again next year. I'm fortunate enough to have had a rewarding career in the mining industry. that has allowed me to meet some incredible people, travel the world, and I'm a strong advocate for the mining sector and have encouraged my children and my grandchildren to consider a career in the industry. Encouraging the next generation to pursue a career in the mining industry is becoming a lot easier as the community is beginning to recognise our contribution. This is not purely on our huge economic contribution, but also through the understanding that we produce all the minerals required for future growth in renewable energy, battery storage, and electric vehicle manufacturing. Along with our encouragement and the growing appeal of working in the resources sector, education pathways are being established for school students. The Core Learning Foundation is an organisation doing great things. It provides primary and secondary school students with a resource-focused program based on STEM. The core learning model is grounded in the provision of relevant purposeful education pathways to serve meaningful careers in our burgeoning resources industry. There are many advocates for this core learning model who are supporting an initiative of getting our youth ready for careers in the resources industry. If you'd like more information on how to support this education initiative, please have a chat with supporters like Mike Zepner, Riley Finlayson or Peter Bradford over the next 3 days. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Ian Goldin. Ian Goldin is Professor of Globalisation and Development at the University of Oxford and founding Director of Oxford University's interdisciplinary Oxford Martin School. From 2001 to 2006, Ian was Vice President of the World Bank and the Group's Director of Policy and Special Representative to the United Nations. From 1996 to 2001, Ian was Economic Advisor to President Nelson Mandela and the Chief Executive of the Development Bank of Southern Africa. In 2014, Professor Goldin famously predicted that a global pandemic would be the most likely cause of the next financial crisis. Please join me in welcoming Professor Ian Goldin.